I mean, you look at the 1980 to where it went, and now it's broken out. It's just going up a wall. I mean,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
really
Japanese yen to gold is at all-time highs and looks like it's breaking. It would be like the US dollar to gold going to 2,500 to 3,000 right now. That sort of breakout of the big cup and handle.
It's got the same look as the cup and handle that people project in gold. When they show those silly charts with $600 projection, that's basically what it looks like.
Yeah, the yen is dying right now as we watch. And the euro is not that far behind, right?
Yeah, every fiat currency in the world. I mean, there's very
is at record highs for gold except for the dollar.
Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Man, if you're really paying attention to what's going on in the news and not getting distracted with all the stupid crap that's happening, you can see there seems to be, I won't say there seems to be, there's an attack against all countries. They're attacking our finances, they're attacking our food, they're attacking our healthcare systems. All of our chain supplies are being kept from us. Gas, food shortages, you name it. It's all happening at once, and it's not because of the coronavirus. This is a planned event, and it has been for a long time. But I'm going to show you some interesting trends that are happening right now with currencies, as well as why you need to get the hell out of the bank. I'm going to show you that countries all together planned to really kill the fiat dollar. And it's their way of kind of bridging us into the central bank digital currency. I'm going to show you what's happening around the world and why it is that you need to get your money out of the bank. That's just my opinion, and you'll see why. Before we get started, though, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you are not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. Right now, you should be buying gold and silver. Yes, the prices of gold and silver are going down, but I'm going to show you what the chart looks like. Keep in mind that June was a silver delivery month. Now that the deliveries are over, you'll see what I'm talking about. So when you go to buy your gold and silver, go check out our friends over there at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. If you are a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. There's definitely something going on around the world. I mean, there's no coincidences here. Look at Sierra Leone launches a redenominated currency to strengthen its value. Tumbling Japanese yen. So the yen is dying as well. The Indian rupee is dying. The euro is collapsing. China's currency is collapsing. The Pakistani rupee is collapsing. Malaysia's currency is dropping. Bitcoin, we know, is getting hit. And yes, even gold and silver is being attacked, but I'm going to show you why it is you don't need to worry about that. As I stated before, even if it drops down to $1 an ounce for each one of them, I would still buy and hold. We know what the true value is of gold and silver. It has more to do with your freedom than anything else. Let's take a quick look at the crypto market. As you can see, look at now, we got Bitcoin is down below 20,000. We got Ethereum at around 1,071. Cardano is at 45 cents. XRP is at 31 cents. Solana is at $33.71. Dogecoin is at 6 cents. Polkadot is at $6.87. Shiba is at 401. Avalanche is at $16.53. Polygon is at 49 cents. And even though the major cryptos are getting hit pretty hard, there are some interesting things happening to other cryptos. Now, if you remember correctly, Luna at one time was like worth $118 each. I know this sounds crazy, and I talked about this. Heck, it was worth a risk for me. I dropped like $100 in the Luna coins after the big crash. People are like, what are you doing that for? It's a dead coin. Well, it didn't quite die yet. As you can see, Luna is slowly but surely moving its way back up. The latest and the greatest is Luna worked something out, and they're going to be merging with somebody in September. So word has gotten out, and now they're starting to move up again. This is what I was saying. It was at $118 at one time. I understand that the coin was slaughtered because of liquidity issues. But I also remember them saying they were going to work on it and to see what's happening. So to me, it was worth dropping 100 in there just to see what's happening. And the coin is starting to move very, very slowly at the moment. As you can see here, it is trying to recoup. If you remember correctly, at one time, it dropped down and had 4 zeros, 5-2, 4 zeros, 5-2, and now it is up to 3 zeros, 1. So does that mean anything is going to happen to Luna? We will see. I thought it was worth taking a risk. Like I said, I dropped $100 on it, and it's starting to move up just a little bit. I figured, heck, if it goes to $1, I'll be a happy camper. Now, I've been asked several times, where do you buy Luna coins? You know, there's Luna Classic, and then you have the new Lunas. Go over to Kucoin, you guys. If you're interested in buying XRP because you can't get it on Coinbase, or you want Luna, you know, I got the link here for Kucoin. And I also got a link for Coinbase, which for some reason seems to be under an attack. But if you want to buy XRP because you want to support the New World Order, or if you're saying to yourself, you know what, it was at $118, maybe buying a handful of Luna with some discretionary funds might be worth it to say, what the heck, we'll see what happens. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying, to me, it was worth the risk. That's why I dropped $100 into it, and they are slowly but surely moving in the right direction. Does that mean they'll continue? I don't know. It seems to me like cryptos are being smashed everywhere, but definitely for sure, Luna is moving in the right direction and has slowly but surely been moving in that direction. It isn't going to take very much for me to make a pretty good profit on there. I don't even have to wait for it to get to $1. I own 605,000 of them. So the link for both crypto platforms are down below in the description if you're interested. So Satoma still at 202. It's been hanging around the 203 mark, although it is at 2029 right now, down 1.19%. I did see somebody make a comment down here. It says, Satoma, I had 17 billion coins and now I only have 17,000. What a scam. No, it wasn't a scam. They told everybody they were going to reduce the amount of coins that they were going to make. So when they converted from the old Satoma into the new one, so you shouldn't be surprised that you have 17,000 if you had 17 billion. They told everybody the conversion rate, 1 million coins to 1. So that's about right. That's not a ripoff. That's why they were able to get it to this value right here. So the person's obviously doing the math and thinking they should have been rich and that they got ripped off. No. For those of you who are unaware, when they move into Satoma V2, the conversion wasn't 1 for 1. It was 1 million for 1. So silver did drop down briefly, I believe it was. It didn't stay long, but it jumped right back up. You can see at the end of June, silver's up there around $20, and by July the 1st, it had dropped somewhere around 1937 or so. And then all of a sudden, we started to recover. A little too quick, I think, for these people. It was brought back down and then started to recover, and it's been horizontal ever since. That's all in one day. Now, I do think there's an attack on finance, period. Banking scandals, devaluing of currencies. That's why all these countries printed so much of their currency. This is a whole planned event. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's okay. Just pay attention to what's going on to your money. You definitely don't want it in a bank. There's bank runs happening everywhere. People are panicking. They don't know what to do. Meanwhile, currencies are losing value. Although you've seen gold and silver dip, don't fall for it. Even if you added up all of the losses since the beginning of the year, you're looking at about 8% loss in value compared to 79% for cryptocurrency loss in value, and that's 33% loss in value on stock market, period. So like I said, here on June 30th, you can see it look like a free fall from there. If you look at the hour by hour chart, it does look pretty freaky. You're looking here on June 30th, and look at this, it's almost a free fall all the way down and then a recovery. So silver is at $19.91. I told you they were going to start devaluing gold and silver. Not to panic, just hang tight. We are aware this is happening. We also are very aware that a lot of entities and very rich people are buying up a ton of gold, along with a lot of central banks. Gold closed out the week at $1,813. You can see the same crazy thing happened with gold. It started to tumble by June 30th. came all the way down here, sharply started to climb up, just like silver did, and then was brought back down a little bit, and then started to recoup really fast. So the market closed as both gold and silver were making a big rally. You could see right here. Gold dropping all the way down to $1,783 and then getting back up to $1,810 by the end of the day. Not too bad at all. So when the markets open back up for gold and silver, will they continue to climb or are they going to be smashed down again? We're going to see. Anyways, gold at $1,813. So when you see these headlines, it's just mind blowing. Gold edges lower, fall capped by a weaker dollar, and recession fears. That's all backwards. Gold usually goes up when there's a weaker dollar and recession fears. So you have recession, inflation, crumbling stock, currencies are crashing. Although they're trying to convince us that the US dollar is really strong, it jumped up to 105%. No, it just don't fall for that, you guys. And if you bought a lot of gold and silver and you see the value going down, I'm telling you, don't panic, hang tight. If you're looking at the money side of this, you're definitely approaching gold and silver wrong. They are not going to stay down this low. But I did think this headline was interesting considering this is backwards. Usually gold starts to go up because people flee into safe havens to get out of riskier assets, get out of the stock market, get out of cryptocurrencies. Heck, they don't even hold their money in the bank. They start buying gold and silver. So look at it this way. For me, it's kind of hard to feel upset or depressed in any way, shape, or form about the fall and the value of gold and silver, only because there's another part of me saying, good, I could just continue to stack my gold and silver at a much cheaper price before it really takes off. So since I'm a stacker, it's almost hard to feel any kind of negative way about the fall of gold and silver. This just means I could buy more of it at a cheaper price. It says gold prices edged lower on Monday as higher rates weighed on bullion. When investors watched for any clues on policy moves at the European Central Bank's forum in Portugal. Well, that's because their euro is dying. It says gold softened as the bond market sell-offs resumed after weak demand from another treasury auction. So here's the thing. Again, gold softens as the bond market sell-off resumed. If people are selling off their bonds because they don't trust the government, that's when gold and silver really takes off. So here they're telling you that there's a bond market sell-off, and this is what I was warning you guys about. There's actually a bond bubble, and people are going to be dumping their bonds. And this isn't just here, it's around the world. So the fact that the people are dumping their bonds, we have a weaker dollar, fears of a recession, but yet gold and silver are going down. That doesn't make no sense whatsoever. So take advantage of it while you can and stack as much of it as possible. I told you there's some kind of weird thing going on around the world. It's not weird, it's the Great Reset. All these things were planned. So here we go. China banking scandal may involve $6 billion. While there seems to be a lot of scandals involving banks. Remember, if you go over to the Great Resets platform, well, they have a solution for that, which is a central bank digital currency that's going to be ran by a department that they control. Yes, all financial institutions, banking, would be run through them. You would have no more banks. They don't think it's necessary because you have the one world currency, which is the central bank digital currency. So they're going to try to do away with all fiat currencies, all paper currencies is what they're going to try to do, as well as cryptocurrencies with a handful of survivors. But now all of a sudden I'm seeing all these headlines pop up about bank scandals. Well, all these headlines are meant for the people to stop trusting in their banks. Again, if they're going to make this big swoop and move us over into the Great Reset, and that we're going to go ahead and accept their solution, well, they have to first cause the problem. So now all of a sudden we're seeing scandals everywhere. We're seeing them print unbelievable amounts of currencies around the world that just crush the value of it. So people no longer have any faith in their currencies. As inflation soar up, they also kill the food supply. That all this is going to be one big, huge event in which they're going to use to push us in this Great Reset. You have to see the bigger picture. So you got China's bank scandal may involve $6 billion. The Central Bank of India books former DHFL officials in India's biggest bank fraud case. Leaked audio shows Nordic Bank DNB Nordea ignored money laundering red flags for years. And corruption with governments as well. Corruption, Africa's undeclared pandemic. Corruption is devastating economies across the continent. The African Union needs to take swift action. So you got corruption being exposed with politicians, corruption within the banking industry, the crushing of the fiat dollars around the world. Remember, they want a one world government. If they keep putting in the news how corrupt all of the politicians are, you might be more willing to accept their idea for a one world government. If they keep showing you all the scandals happening within banks, then you might be willing to listen to their solution of a one world currency. It goes on, and why it is, I cannot stress enough the importance of buying gold and silver that you can physically own and physically have. Stop watching the market price, because that is not the true value of gold and silver. It is the one thing that is going to keep you out of the system. People are taking their money out of banks. And the only reason why I can think of that the media is not covering it is so that it doesn't cause a panic and people start running over there. Rich people don't keep their money in the bank. Nobody trusts the banks. It's my opinion that you should move over into gold and silver to protect yourself, protect your family, and protect your future. Stay out of the system and protect your freedom. Anyways, that's it for now, you guys. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.